Now let's look at what we are going to be doing here on the XAUUSD, and let's run through what has actually been happening since the beginning of the week. So look at this whole situation here. The first thing I would like to say here is that we had a bearish trend line figured out after connecting the series of lower highs. As you can see here, we saw lower highs in this market, giving us that bearish momentum sort of a thing that we had there. Then we also acknowledge that impulsive move that happened on Friday last week after the NFP data, which came in beyond expectation positively. And one thing we said at the beginning of the week is that this all bullish momentum here could turn out to be a retracement of that impulse leg, where if price action gets into an area between the 50 and 78.6% retracement, it could incite a trend continuation to the downside. And one interesting thing that we noticed since the beginning of the week was the fact that price action, as soon as it got into the $2,035 area, which also shares a confluence with the bearish trend line, we have been citing a bearish pressure around that area to emphasize the level of strength for the sellers at that point. But we had a breakout of this structure yesterday, which gave us a profit of about 150 pips move on that one. Remember, we were buying the XAUUSD prior to our live session yesterday, and I told us all that if price action continues to stay above the bullish trend line, we continue to feel comfortable in our buy position. And that was exactly what happened. We saw this whole move hit our TP target at the 2045 level before we saw this whole bearish move to the downside. And this whole accumulation thing has continued again, and at this point I have this set up on my public platform, which I shared this morning, where I was looking out for buying opportunity. As you can see here, I was able to spot this bullish trend line. So after projecting this once, we had this major one here. Look at this closely. So we had this major trend line here after connecting the series of higher lows, and exactly as soon as price got into this area, we started seeing some buy pressure resume just above the $2,025 area, which triggered a buy position for me at that point in time. Now, with the situation of things right now, will this bullish momentum continue to the upside? Well, we don't know yet, unless we have the breakout of that trend line. But at this point in time, we'll continue to manage this whole situation here. So what I will be doing now is, for those who are taking advantage of this buy position at the $2,025 area, you want to be moving your stop loss to secure this position while we wait out and see how price action is going to be reacting to that structure at the $2,029.50 level, to decide if we are going to be adding more buy position to our existing trade, or we are going to be getting ready to sell. So we want to see one of these two things happen here. First of all, if selling pressure resumes below the $2,029.50 level, then we look out for selling opportunities, where a further breakdown of the $2,025 area will welcome more positions, more sell positions in this market. Now, if price action breaks above the $2,029.50 level and buy pressure resumes above the structure, then definitely we want to be adding more position to our existing trade. And if a further breakout of that bearish trend line that we identified at the beginning of the week, then at this point we are going to be in for a massive move to the upside. So let's keep all this in mind. Screenshot my screen if you want to, so that you can be able to use it as a reference point when you're about to make your individual decision on this commodity. So that is that on the XAUUSD for today. If you have any questions, always feel free to let me know right in the comment section.